Hey everyone, Scott from Nwaj Tech, Proactive IT. So our full tagline is client-focused, security-minded, proactive IT. We're a managed service provider, but I don't really like that term. I don't think people like to be managed, but that is the accepted term in the industry. So we're going to talk about why is PHI so valuable. I get asked this question all the time. Why do hackers, and again, I don't really like that term hackers, because a hacker shouldn't be a negative thing. A hacker essentially is somebody who takes something apart to see how it works and puts it back together. But it's widely used to describe cyber attackers, and cyber attackers steal data, bottom line, and they do malicious things. Okay. So in the month of May of 2023, the second worst month ever for healthcare data breach, over 19 million records were breached. It's not good. It's not a good sign. It's not a good thing to happen. 19 million records is a lot, and that's just US. That's just US. So it's probably worse than that worldwide. And I apologize. My oldest child is texting me. So why is it so valuable? I get asked all the time, why do they want my healthcare records? Nobody cares about me. And I'm going to tell you why. So we've got 5 reasons why. And the first reason is comprehensive information. A lot of times when there's data breached, they get information such as an email address, maybe a password, maybe your home address, but a lot of that information is already on the internet. If you Google me, you'll probably find my home address, probably my phone number, maybe an email address, my Facebook, LinkedIn, all that, right? But that information is widely available, and so people tend to care less about that. But if it's a health record, that information a lot of times contains more personalized information, your birthday, social security numbers. By the way, if your birthday is on Facebook or LinkedIn, get rid of it. Social security numbers, often on your healthcare records, include healthcare file numbers or account numbers. Addresses, again, probably already available on the internet, but maybe the internet address is not the same as your healthcare address. And that could be used to commit various types of fraud, identity theft, especially if they get your social security number. Payment details could also be included. If you look in the healthcare app you use, a lot of us are using apps now, and look at the information that's in there. Your prescriptions might be in there, your doctor's names, all of that stuff could be in there. And so therefore they steal this information, and now they have more comprehensive information on you that they could use in further attacking you. Medical fraud. Once they have access to all this data, now they can commit medical fraud. They can bill insurance companies. We see doctors get arrested for this all the time, but they can fraudulently bill insurance companies for medical services that you never received. They can order prescription drugs. If you have a prescription for a narcotic, they can now order that prescription drug and change the pharmacy where they pick it up. They can obtain expensive medical equipment and then sell it, buy medical equipment and flip it. So if they know you need certain types of medical equipment, they could order it on your account and then sell it. Medical information has long shelf life on the dark web. A lot of times when credit card details are stolen, which is another common type of data stolen on the internet and sold on the dark web, or PayPal accounts, things like that. Usually those get detected pretty quickly. And once that happens, the card gets disabled or replaced, PayPal account password gets changed and maybe further secured. But medical information remains valid for a much longer time. My medical information isn't going to change one way or the other for the most part, right? I might have a temporary condition, but most of my medical information is going to remain the same, and therefore it's got a longer shelf life. It take a while for medical fraud to be discovered as well. So while I get alerted that my email address was involved in a breach by various resources, or my credit card was involved in a breach by various resources, my medical information being breached I may not get notified. 19 million records in May of 2023, and that's just 1 month. I don't know what the number is for the year so far in 2023, but that is a significant number right there. Means there's a good chance that my information is going to fall through the cracks. I may not become aware of it. And I'm not saying that my information was, from what I could tell, it was not part of any of the breaches, but I'm less likely to be aware that there was a breach on my medical information. There's a lack of awareness. Many people regularly monitor their financial transactions. As we just said, we watch for fraud. We know when most of my credit and debit cards, I get an email for every purchase made, every transaction that occurs on my account. But people don't pay as much attention to their medical records, maybe because it's actually harder to do. And so maybe I'm actually creating the potential for a new service. So again, this means it takes longer to be detected. And then there's higher payouts. So because of the comprehensive nature and long shelf life, health data is worth more money. And I always say it's worth more than gold on the dark web, because it is. It's worth more money on the dark web, and therefore it's more appealing to attackers to steal it. So they steal it, they sell it, and they may sell it more than once. So if they steal my health information, there's a good chance they're going to sell it more than once, because they can. Because bad guy 1 and bad guy 2 can use the same information for different purposes. Maybe one wants to order the prescription I'm on, and the other one wants to order medical equipment that I'm using, or they want to input an insurance claim or something, right? So that is why it's worth so much more money on the dark web. You have a better chance of buying drugs, credit card numbers, or gold on the dark web than you do a healthcare record. Not that it's not affordable, because it absolutely is, but it's worth more, higher payouts. Imagine 19 million records. One breach alone was almost 9 million records. Imagine 9 million records being put up for sale on the dark web. Even if they're $1 each, it's $9 million. So in short, the high value of health data on the dark web is due to the extensive personal information it contains, the various ways it can be exploited, and the potential for prolonged, undetected fraud. And this is why healthcare information is worth so much on the dark web, why it does not matter if you're healthy, unhealthy, what drugs you're taking, I should say prescription drugs you're taking, or what conditions you may have. It doesn't matter. It's worth a lot of money on the dark web, and it's important to pay attention as much as you can to your healthcare records. So I'll just point people to this video going forward when they ask, why is my healthcare information worth so much on the dark web? Again, if you want to find us on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, or YouTube at Nwaj Tech, maybe some other channels, go look for us. We're out there. NwajTech.com is our website, and all the socials are on there as well. Until next time, stay secure.